today I had a good question, and it really made me think about my own experience in the beginning of doing this work and really developing the Notre method. I was asked, how do you know how to change something if you've been doing it that way all your life? And I'll give you a great example of what happened to me in my early years of corporate. I was told by one of my leaders that I was having a meeting with that I had interrupted that person at least probably 5 to 7 times in a 15-minute meeting. And I was horrified because I actually thought the meeting was amazing, actually. I thought the meeting went great. And to get that feedback given to me, it was a shock. It really surprised me. And I could tell that it wasn't probably the easiest thing for them to tell me, but it really, really humbled me. But then I wound up getting frustrated because I didn't know how to fix it. So if I'm interrupting you 5 to 7 times in a 15-minute period, you know how many times a second that is that you're interrupting a person in a 15-minute conversation? I was horrified. But then I got overwhelmed because I didn't know how to fix it. So what I did was I actually wound up developing, for some of the women I was coaching, I actually wound up developing a process to help you understand how to see yourself when you're made aware of something. Now, you can get this awareness from an experience, like you trip over your door jamb and you realize something, or someone tells you, or you have an experience out in society that's social. Here is how it works. It's called the 5 A's of behavioral transition. And the 5 A's go this way. And I'll use my example of interrupting to help you understand it. The first A is awareness. So what happened to me when I had that experience early in corporate America back in the 20th century? What happened was someone made me aware of the fact that I interrupt them. I was made aware. Acceptance is the second A. When I was made aware that I interrupted, I could decide to accept that. A lot of us get stuck in the fact that we don't accept the feedback that's coming to us in our life. People in our family and friends are telling us what we are doing, how they're experiencing us, and what we do is we judge and we blame and we don't listen, and we get stuck in the fact that we can't even get to the next part of the process because you're stuck in the fact that you can't accept what you're being made aware of. The third A then is acknowledgement. And I mean acknowledgement in this sense. In the word acknowledgement, knowledge is a part of it. So what you're going to do is, once you've been made aware and you've accepted, yep, I interrupt people, then what you want to do is you want to go through your life and go through your day and just figure out how often you're doing this behavior, because now you've been made aware of it, you know it exists. So you just track it. You don't try to fix it, you just track it. And you go through your life and think, wow, 4 times last week I interrupted people. Wow, I do that every single day, or at least 10 times a week where I'm interrupting people. That's the acknowledgement. Once you're comfortable and you can see the pattern in your life of what you've been made aware of, you've accepted it, you've acknowledged it, then you go into action. The action is, you know what, I'm so sorry, Jack, I interrupted you, go ahead. Or, hey, that was a great meeting. Did you notice I interrupted often? You're fixing it as it's happening, because now you know what you're doing. You are actually going through and interacting with people and acknowledging that thing that was your failure. Mine was interrupting people unknowingly. The 5th A is accountability. Accountability is going back to the person that made you aware, or the people in your life that you share your life with, and ask them how they're experiencing you, and allow them to tell you if they're experiencing you doing the behavior that you were made aware of. And then you can just rinse and repeat that process. So let me give you the 5 A's on closing. The first A is awareness. The second A is acceptance. The third A is acknowledgement. The fourth A is action. And the 5th A is accountability. So the 5 A's of behavioral transition are a great way for you to have a tool that can help you become aware of behaviors that could be limiting your experiences professionally and personally.